Okay, boys and girls, the next step in this whole writing of the historical fiction is advice for developing a character. So you need to decide, whatever you've decided matters to you about your character. Is he or she like me, or is he or she like somebody I know? And you can think about the people that we've learned about during this time period and think about their characteristics. You can put together a character so all the parts fit together to make a real type person. So that way it makes sense and it's not ridiculous. As you're making this character, reread and ask, do these things make sense within one person? Do they fit together in a believable way? Are these traits here for a reason? So when we're making this character, we want to make sure that the pieces of them make sense within the time period that we are talking about. And we are talking about the time period of the American Revolution, and we have learned about the different people involved and kind of what their parts were in that time period. So make sure that you're making your character believable to that specific period in time. Open up any broad general descriptor. So any adjectives that would describe the character. What exactly does this word, this trait, or this particular thing mean for this character? Does the character care about others? Are they sensitive? Are they kind? Are they thin-skinned? Do they get their feelings hurt easy? Maybe they're very brave. What does that mean to be brave? And all those kinds of things that go along with it. If your character seems too good to be true, you need to make your character more complex and more human. Nobody is perfect 100% of the time. They have good traits, they have bad traits. So you need to be thinking about your character. What is, good about them and what's kind of not so good about them. And then we need to know about what the character's motivations are. What do they want to do? What is their, goal? And then we need to talk about their struggles. So again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open my writing notebook. And I have this page here where I talk about creating characters. And I'm going to create a number of different characters, not just one, because I'm going to have to decide what characters I feel like fit with this seed idea. So the first character I'm going to think of may be a girl or a woman. And why? Because, well, I'm a female, so that's interesting to me initially right off the bat. But then I can also think about a child, right? I said a girl, but I could say a child, and that could be a girl or a boy. Because girls and boys, children did play a part in the American Revolution. I can think about a man, okay. What part did some, man play? I can think about a part of an African American and how they played a part in this, because African Americans definitely played a part in the American Revolution. So I'm going to get seed ideas of these kinds of characters. While I'm doing this, I might go ahead and be putting in some descriptive or some closer details, to it. So if I'm thinking of a girl or a woman, I'm going to probably I'm going to get a name going on right here. I'm going to say Abigail. That's just going to be my first guess. And Abigail was one of those names that we saw through time during that time period. So that would make sense. So I could maybe say that for my boy, I see a lot of characters named John, or maybe Sam or Samuel. I don't know. The world is my oyster. It's my guess, right? And then for men, I also hear the names John or Sam or maybe even Alexander. I hear of Paul, and that doesn't mean I need to write about those specific people, but it's just kind of names that get me thinking about that time period, right? I can even Google and I could help myself with thinking about names that were, you know, common names during that period. And then I know of like a Peter and James, some people named like that. And then I might give a few describing traits, okay, about these people. I would say that this person maybe was a spy, right? I could say that this child, right, their father was in the army. Or for the man, I could say that they were a patriot, that they, things about them that they, what was it, that they boycotted or that they sat there and they were a protester. Or I could say that they were at specific events. And then I could say that this person was a patriot, a soldier. They could have also been a spy. So we're going to sit there and we're going to go ahead and we're going to brainstorm some characters.